The first basic question that you're probably asking, and we'll answer it for you, is what are the immediate implications for the Adani Group? Now, let me list them for you. This is as far as we can tell at this point, since it's still a developing story. Number one, the Adani Group can no longer raise funds in the United States because of these charges coming in from their Justice Department. Number two, future fundraising may be impacted overseas. It's definitely impacted in the United States, but could be impacted in other places as well. Most developed countries abide by Securities and Exchange Commission actions in the United States, even though no formal word has come in from those other countries. But this is usually the kind of protocol that you see when the SEC takes any kind of action. Key global banks may shun the Adani Group. That's a possible impact of what has happened in the United States. Plans to invest $10 billion in the United States that was recently announced may potentially be put on hold. There's no confirmation of that. Adani Green Energy has already, like we just reported, halted its $600 million US bond sale. That was the immediate impact of this indictment. Adani shares are down 20%. It's lost 2.6 lakh crore of value in the markets. Gautam Adani, the chairman, and officials will need to appear in a US court. So that is as far as the immediate impact or the short-term impact of this indictment is concerned. Remember, it remains to be seen how this case will actually proceed. To make sense of it and what the next steps could actually be, I'm joined by India Today's Sakshi Batra from Business Today. Nalini Sharma is our legal editor, looking very closely at what the next steps could be. Sakshi, very quickly to you first. We've broken down the elements of the story, what really has happened, what this indictment is. As a business reporter, looking at the Adani saga, which has been going on, both in the business world as well as the political world for many, many months now. How are you seeing the story? How do you see it actually go forward? What happens next?
Right, Shiv, you have pointed out correctly on all of these facts. Of course, it has shaken the Indian market investors' confidence yet again. Remember, we've been reeling under not one, but two and three times now with respect to the kind of issues that have been raised against Adani Group. It was first Hindenburg research report that came in January of 2023. It yet again erupted again in 2024 beginning, and now we are hearing it right towards the end of 2024 with US SEC now talking about bribery charges and corruption charges at the Adani Group as well. Today, you've already seen 2.5 lakh crore rupees of investors' money getting lost and swiped off just in a single day. And of course, it's not just the retail investors, which of course have lost a lot of money in today's trading session, but the Adani Group itself, the promoters entity itself, which have lost a lot of ground. 1.85 lakh crore rupees is what their loss is. And Gautam Adani's net worth has slipped down by $12.5 billion just by the allegations that have come in. And it has shaken the confidence of the Indian investors yet one more time. Although the group has come out with their clarification right here, we still saw at least three of the stocks that were still down in lower circuits in trade today. Although there was some recovery on Adani Enterprises and Adani Ports right after that clarification came in from the Adani Group, but still most of the stocks were down anywhere between 10 and 20%. And there is no clarity whatsoever as to how soon will we see a recovery really come to shape as well. Experts have been clearly talking about one to stay away from the Adani Group stocks as of now. There were several investors wanting to know that whether they should be looking at this as a buying opportunity, but most experts are saying that this could be catching like a falling knife. We still do not know how much more worth is going to be really coming in going forward into next few days. Of course, this is yet again a question on a large Indian conglomerate and a large businessman, a large industrialist at India. So yet again, India Inc. is also going to be putting up a face, when you talk about the global industrial.
Okay.
This is not something that we would be really looking forward to, and Gautam Adani more so. There is another question, very, very important.
We've lost that network with Sakshi. We'll try and go back to her. I think she's in a moving car. We'll come back to you, Sakshi. But Nalini, on the legal front, and you've gotten your hands on a full copy of that indictment, break down for us the legal aspect of, what kind of trouble the Adani Group and Gautam Adani personally are in. Will they have to appear before a US court? This is a United States that is currently in transition between administrations. If you could simplify that for us, Nalini.
Well, Shiv, essentially an indictment means that it's a couple of steps before a trial takes place in a particular case. Now that this indictment has been issued against Gautam Adani and 7 others, including some of his family members, they will be required to appear before the court so that the arraignment can take place. During the arraignment, the court will explain what are the charges that have been levied against them by the prosecution, which prima facie, the court has found that there is prima facie evidence because of which the indictment has been issued. But only when they appear before the court in the arraignment will the charges be explained, and they'll be given a chance to plead guilty or not guilty before the official trial kicks off. But that is going to be the key piece over here, trying to get Gautam Adani and all of the other accused to appear before the court, because like we know, they are not only Indian citizens, but they are also residing in India. So the US will have to make, the US authorities will have to make an official request to the Indian authorities to ensure that Gautam Adani is sent to the US or extradited to the US rather, to appear before the court. But before that, there will have to be a warrant that will have to be issued. Now, we are given to understand that a warrant has been issued, but we've not been able to get our hands on it as of yet. We are still waiting for the court documents in that regard. But we are given to understand from the Reuters report that a warrant has been issued. Now, it remains to be seen how the US authorities proceed. Talking about what kind of impact it can have personally on Gautam Adani, of course, there will be an impact on the businesses and the global businesses that he has. But personally, he might be facing not just penalties and jail time, but the Securities Council has also asked, the SEC rather of the US has also asked to ensure that all of these accused cannot be directors in any public listed company. So that might mean really bad news for Gautam Adani in case he's found guilty before the US court. But before that, all of the proceedings will have to take place. And like Gautam Adani has already made it clear, he will be challenging all of these allegations that have been made against him and his company.
All right, we'll keep it. The story is still unfolding. Like Nalini just pointed out, Reuters is reporting an arrest warrant being issued, but we still haven't had a chance to see a copy of that just yet. So we'll be, Nalini and her team will be getting that confirmed as well as we continue to report this unfolding story. Nalini and Sakshi, very much. Thanks very much for being with me with that input. Now.